I should have thought to record the music that would be fitting with what I'm reading in order to be less, because I'm aware that I have chronic fatigue and I can, you know, the way I talk, there's a lack of, energy, so that I should have put music, but it's better late than never. So there it goes. Finnish, however, knows such words as jatilainen, which simply means a giant, large-sized person. It would seem that Gotar, Jotnar, etc. are all dialectal or twisted variations of the much older Finnish word Jatit in plural, which means it even closer to the three different language plural forms. There are also such variations of giant in Finnish as Jotuni and Jatuli. There is an etymology bridge to the already suggested Finnic origin. I'm afraid that the music is too loud. I'll put it lower. Sagas and chronicles furthermore trace the Geats and Jutes back to the Fornjot lineage, together with the Danes, who are, for example, in Jordanes writings, depicted as being one of the tallest tribes in Scandinavia. Both the Jutes, Anglo-Saxon chronicles, and Geats Gutta saga share a common ancestor called Gudi or Godi. Godi and the Danes are linked together by a common ancestor called, I can't pronounce this, whatever, seriously, Skillul, who then again, according to Gesta Danoram, is the descendant of Dan. Gesta Danoram is in several accounts Skunda Illustrata, the brother of Tori, who then again descends from Forjot, a Nordic family tree built by employing several tens of pseudo-mythical sources. It is incomplete yet, and some parts of it are very speculative, but it should give an insight into what the mythology actually says about the Jotun ancestry, containing the aforementioned lineage, can be found here. Link will be posted in the video description. There is a second etymological connection to Finnish in the Old Norse word purr, which means giant. Bound to this is the byname Pursa, where the whole Frost Ice Giant's title comes from. It has been speculated that Pors follow the same hunger model than the Etunas, by meaning thirst or akin. Yet Finnish contains Tursas, which has a few different meanings: sea monster, octopus, a general monster, and also walrus. The last one is deducted from the synonym of the old Finnic shamanistic symbol Tusan Sidan Mursun Sidan, the herd of Tursas walrus. The last option might be the most plausible, that the octopus variant is probably a later edition developed from the earlier sea monster. Seal hunting has always been an important trade in Arctic cultures. Walrus has a heavy-set sea creature, can weigh over 2,000 kilos, may well have been considered an impressive totem animal. In any case, walrus motifs can be found in Finnish Iron Age artistry. For instance, a skillfully wrought Merovingian sword excavated in Vesilahti of Finland, as several walruses depicted in the pommel. The Fonjot Kalevan lineage, which has already been considered considerable scrutiny. I repeat because the music is too loud. Okay. The Fonjot Kalevan lineage, which has already been under considerable scrutiny, does have name which wise matches in Finnic accounts, even if most of them are mangled. Ganaders, Mythologica, Finnica, and Miscellaneous Scandia recognize the intact bloodline, but the names have journeyed an old cycle, first from Finnish to Old Norse, there to Swedish, and back again to Finnish again. It is the collected family tree that can be found the names that some fragmented Finnish folk verses suggest as the original ones. For instance, Old Norse Snare, Finnish Niera, both mean snow. Likewise, as happened in with Odin and Venemoinem, it would be seen that Thor's cornerstones lie in Tori. Originally, the Finnish Iku Tierra Niera Poika, both Tierra and Tori means frozen snow. Tori is obviously a direct translation. The Vars Chronicle of Finland, a part of Skandia, mentions the following about this king. Translation to English, mine meaning the author, not me, with note in brackets. His snare, Oblis son Thor, was akin to his father, and he ruled over many land and had also two brothers. Then Thor died. The Council of Villain ordered that he should be worshipped as the supreme god in the whole dominion, and that he should be brought sacrifices at the beginning of each year, so that he would be benign to his people and would grant a favorable start for the season. They named the first month after him, Old Norse Pori, nowadays February, as one day besides Thursday. Foolishly, they believed him to rumble in the sky, but when his daughter Goija died, they elevated also this woman to sit as a goddess in the heaven. And as we can see in our calendars, the second month is named after her, Old Norse Goi, nowadays March. And thenceforth, all the Scandinavians agreed to submit to this belief. Tori, here distinctly called Thor, was decreed a thunder god after his death by the Council of Vinland. Tierra gradually turned into Yuko. Thor, Yuko, and Iku mean actually the same, and thereafter got divided into the separate thunder deities of two cultures, the Finnic and Teutonic, Yuko or Yuku in the previous, Thor in the later. Etymology has had its chance to speak. Adding this to the similarities between the Norse and Finnic giant folklore, there should be enough evidence that the origin of Jotuns, Kalevanpojat, was indeed Finnic, perhaps specifically Gvenlandish. At least the quoted excerpts give the impression that Tori and his kin lived in Vinland concerning that it was the consent of this land that decreed, for instance, the drastic law about Tories post-mortem divinity, even though Kei Nunma would have situated just about in the heart of today's Finland. I'll continue using the term Finnic instead of Finnish in the following discussion, since linguistic and genetic changes have occurred quite a bit into or more millennia. This therefore raises the question that were the Geats, Jutes, etc. actually of Germanic origin, if Fonjot Galeva hypothetically was their ancestor, or were they in the most primary phase of some sort of mixed between Comas genealogy of Finnic and Germanic tribes who originally spoke a Finnic dialect, but during the following centuries moved always further to the south, married more and more from the other Germanic tribes, and finally adopted Proto-German as their language. Proto-Finnish and Proto-German have considerable vocabulary similarity with one another, so they have obviously been in heavy skill interaction with one another at some point. Finnish even today contains oodles of words that are in exactly the same shape as in Proto-German, but which have morphed into something quite different in today's Germanic languages, Swedish, Danish, Dutch, etc. One such is Kuningas Finnish, which was in the form of Kuningas in Proto-German, and now bounces around in such variants as king, koning, kung, kongyun, and so on. Also, according to the Germanic chronicles and Teutonic mythology, the Goths indeed originated somewhere from Finno-Scandia and migrated away in several phases, always southwards. Even modern documentary history recognizes these resettlements. These questions, among others, will be speculated in the forthcoming parts of this article, and there are references, of course, listed at the end of it. And if I go back here, I don't know if I will get the name of the author. Let's see. No. So, thank you for your time, and I know it will be helpful to understand better what actually did happen.